All right, the book of Joel, chapter 3 and verse 9. Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare war, wake up the mighty men, let all the men of war draw near, let them come up. I'm going to start right there. I'm going to start off as always by giving all praise, all honor, all glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rachal Kudash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who teach and who will, who taught us this truth through the power and spirit of Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai. And Lord willing, this lesson is edifying to the elect out there, wherever you might be. So here in the book of Joel, the 3rd chapter and the 9th verse, it's pretty much talking about World War III. Matter of fact, that's exactly what it's talking about. All right. And that's what we're getting ready to see take place. All right. That's why it says, proclaim ye this among the Gentiles. All right. Meaning, the natural Gentiles, prepare war. All right. Wake up the mighty men being the soldiers, man. All right. And the soldiers of all these nations are preparing for war, man. You see it in the news all the time, man. North Korea doing exercises, man. You know what I'm saying? Missile testing and all that stuff, man. Getting aircraft and all this stuff from Russia. They got some kind of deal going on, man. They all linking up, man, getting ready for war, man, to go against America, Babylon the Great. And it's because the Lord is commanding it. And it's going to be a time of judgment for you fucking heathens, man. And also 2/3, and also, the ones who are the Lord's finna judge, man, the ones of our nation who the Lord's getting ready to judge, they're going to be caught up in this war too. Because there's a lot of Jake in the military. All right. And those of you that are in the military, man, take heed, man, because this is what's going to happen. If you stay in, you're going to be shipped off to the Middle East, man, because that's where the war is going to, shift to. It's going to shift over there to the Valley of Jehoshaphat, or the place of the Lord's judgment. All right. But I want to play something really quick just to prove that this is going on, man. This Bible, man, the prophecies within it are faithful and true. I'm going to play a video for you. Hold on. All right, so here's the clip that I was mentioning earlier. It says, get ready, Biden set to bring back the draft. It's from Redacted, all right, with Natalie and Clayton Morris, all right? So check this out.
Army War College thinks that a war with either Russia or China, pick your poison, could cause about 3,600 casualties per day. So they want to draft. Raise your hand if you want to go to war for those statistics. Would you like to sign up to die to go to war with China or Russia?
Yeah, it sounds like a great idea. Yeah, to further the military-industrial complex's warmongering ways to expand for no reason. Let's throw more people into a meat grinder and see how that works out for us.
Well, you may not have a choice. Go ahead, maybe.
I was just going to say, maybe that's why the military-age men are coming over here, because they know that we're not going to fall for that. There's a lot of people in this country going to be like, I'm not fighting your stupid wars. Now they got a whole bunch of people that will.
Okay, yes. That's awful. That's awful to think about. Because
hey, you want to come?
Now, they did make a point right there. Okay, a lot of the quote-unquote migrants, which are Israelites, man, a lot of them are Israelites that are coming from Central, South America. All right, they're probably going to be, they could, play it to where if they want their citizenship, they, could require them to sign up for the military, because a lot of these, Americans, man, they're not trying to go to war, man. All right, this place is going down, man. Like the morale of this place is, in the gutter, man. That patriotism and all that shit, man, that's just dying out, man. People see America for what it is, man. They're waking up on a large scale to the scam, that the elites have been running on us, man. All right, not just the Israelites, but their own people too, man. Even Edomites, man, they're waking up to the shit. Okay, so yeah, man, this place is on its way out. So they might have to do a draft, man. And the draft is when they, certain, men or even women now. There's gonna be women probably gonna be drafted too. Since y'all want equal rights. All right, they require you, they make you fight. They send you off to go fight their wars, man. That's what these elites do. All right, and man, that's gonna be crazy. That's gonna be crazy.
To our country, all of the people who live in the United States don't want to be involved in these wars. But maybe all of the people that are pouring across the borders into Eagle Pass, Texas from Venezuela, they'll sign right up and get government benefits and be thrown into the meat grinder.
Yeah, that's awful. I mean,
and probably true.
All lives are worth the same. So I don't like that. I don't want anybody conscripted into war. So you may not have a choice if this new academic paper for the Army is considered. Look at the very premise of this article. It's now, again, this is printed in the U.S. Army War College Academic Journal. So this is research they are presenting to the government to compel a draft. So it's called A Call to Action, Lessons from Ukraine for the Future. And it says that, you know, we need to be forward thinking and we need to be as formidable. This part, again, this is something, sometimes you guys, I sit in my office studying and then I just like throw my hands up and walk around the house and go, what the F? Like
so
that.
Here's a little story. Yeah, her off.
But yeah, you know, they start going into some other stuff. But yeah, man, they're talking about a draft. That's in the talks right now, man. You see? Forcing you to go to war, man. Those who are of age, you know, those who are, 18 and older. All right, they make you sign up for the selective service when you turn 18, if I'm not mistaken. So they could draft you, man. And the people here in America, man, they're not ready for no war, man. Matter of fact, let's get a quick precept on that. All right, here we have the book of Nahum, chapter 3 and verse 13, and it says, Behold, thy people in the midst of thee are women. The gates of thy land shall be set wide open unto thine enemies. The fire shall devour thy bars. Now, this is, you know, synonymous to America, okay? And when you get the other translations, it goes in, you know, even in more detail. It's talking about the military, all right? Let's get it. So here I have it pulled up right here. We have a couple of different versions, a couple of different translations. Now it says in the NIV, look at your troops. They are all weaklings. The gates of your land are wide open to your enemies. Fire has consumed the bars of your gates. You see? It says in the NLT, all right, the New Living Translation, your troops will be as weak and helpless as women. The gates of your land will be open wide to the enemy and set on fire and burned. And that's what's coming to America, man. It's going to get burned up in the midst of World War III. All right. But it's also referring to, you know, these soldiers today, man. You got damn transformers in the military. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean by transformers. All right. You got homosexuals in the military. You know, it's just madness, man. It's madness. All right. And they're not ready for no war, man, with Russia and China. All right, they have real men over there, man. You know, they I believe they stated that over there in Russia, at a certain age, they got what their basic training, their military training is for a whole year. Like, you know, and you know it's rigorous training, man. The Russians don't play around, man. They ain't on that weak ass, you know, homo shit over there, man. All right, America, man, it's on its way out, and it's right here in the scriptures. It talks about it right here. Nahum chapter 3. Let's go back to the video.
Might hire you now because they're, you know, they want trans soldiers and everything else. So they'll maybe just throwing a scrunchie is about as violent as they want.
I went there. Okay, so this very premise I object.
You see, I just mentioned that, and he just mentioned it right there. You got transformers in the military, man. Place is through, man.
To that we need to beef up again so we can win in the same way that the Army won Operation Desert Storm. So before I talk about a draft, can we just I cannot let that go. Operation Desert Storm in 1991 killed tens of thousands of civilians. They weren't American, but we still care. They slaughtered Iraqi conscripts who were retreating from Kuwait on what came to be known as the Highways of Death and the Battle of Rumalia. Thousands of Iraqi troops were buried alive in their trenches by U.S. tanks, basically shoveling and plowing them down into their graves to die.
Okay, so you see, talks of war, man. People don't understand how serious war is. You know, they see the news and they hear about Russia and Ukraine. Like the average person, they don't really understand what's coming. All right, war is gruesome, man. kids, women, children die in wars, man. You see? And we get ready to witness death on a large scale when this war pops off, man. You see? This ain't no joke, man. It's the time we in. It's time to get serious, man, and turn to Yahweh Bashmi Awashai, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, Seminole Indians, man. Shit is about to get real out here. They talking about a draft, man. These nations get ready to go to war, man, because the Lord has put it in motion, man. That's part of prophecy. There's no sidestepping it. War is a very ugly thing, man. Matter of fact, let's get a quick precept. Now, Joel 3 goes into why this war is happening. It's for the controversy of Zion, man, being the Israelites. Because of all these nations that have afflicted the Lord's chosen people, he finna gather them together to fight each other and kill each other, man. That's what's getting ready to happen. It's finna be gruesome and bloody, man. World War III, the War of Armageddon, that's what's brewing right now. So I'll read verse 1. It says, "For behold, in those days and in that time when I shall bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem," all right, because we're getting ready to be freed from our captivity, all right, and these nations are going to be destroyed in the midst of it, man. It says, verse 2, "I will also gather all nations," all right, world war, "and will bring them down into the valley of Yahweh-Shaphat." That's over there in the quote-unquote Middle East, all right, and Yahweh-Shaphat or Jehoshaphat means valley of the Lord's judgment. Now it says, "and will plead with them," that means judge them, "there for my people and for my heritage Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations and parted my land." You see, this is why the Lord's finna gather these heathens for this third world's war, man, to judge their ass for what they've done unto us. That's what's getting ready to go down, man. And you see they're talking about a draft because it's finna pop off. Okay. "And they have cast lots for my people and have given a boy for an harlot and sold a girl for wine that they might drink." And that's what they've done to our people, man. These damn devils, especially Esau, Edom. All right. He's finna catch it in World War III, man. And these times that are ahead of us. All right. Because America's going to be completely destroyed. All right. For what they've done unto the Israelites, man. What they've done unto the so-called Native Americans here. All right. Stole their land. All right. The tribe of Gad and Reuben. All right, and even Issachar, all right, the so-called Mexicans. You see, the Lord's finna judge this damn devil for what they've done to the tribes, man. You got the Judah, all right, the so-called Negroes, man, serving hardcore slavery, and, on Esau's plantations and shit. The transatlantic slave trade, man. Look, the Lord's finna judge Esau and also these other nations for what they've done unto us, man. Let's get a quick precept on that. Hold on. All right, here we have Zechariah chapter 2 and verse 8. And it says, "For thus saith the Lord Yahweh, Bashmi Awashai of hosts," means the Lord of armies, "after the glory hath he sent me unto the nations which spoiled you. For he that toucheth you touches the apple of his eye." I mean, you go into that term, apple of, the eye, it's talking about like the pupil, man. So that's like when you afflict the Israelites, that's like putting your finger in the Most High's eyeball, man. What the fuck you think gonna happen if you do that? You finna get tore out the frame. And that's exactly what the Lord's finna do in this third world's war. And then in the midst of that, Yahweh Shah gonna return and get busy. and with the hosts of heaven and also the 144,000, man. Boy, it's finna get interesting here very shortly. But this is what time we're in, man, because the Lord is finna get busy, man. The Lord is finna bring these prophecies to pass, man, to judge the heathen. And also 2/3, man. Because if you get caught up in this war, you get drafted, man, or you want to fight in Esau's military, all right, you gonna die, man, because you're fighting against the Lord, man. You're siding with the enemy. All right? Those of you jakes that are in the military, man, consider, all right? You fighting on a losing team.
Alive. You know what I mean? Much of the country's infrastructure was destroyed, and the Air Force admitted that it targeted water, sewer, and electrical facilities. They did so on the premise that Iraqis were not blameless for Saddam's invasion of Kuwait. Now, look at this quote from an Air Force officer to the Washington Post, I believe this was. He's saying that among the justifications offered now, particularly by the Air Force, is that Iraqi civilians were not blameless for Saddam's invasion of Kuwait. The definition of innocence gets to be a little bit unclear, he said. They do live there, and ultimately the people have some control over what goes on in their country. Well, we better hope to heck that Syria doesn't feel this way, that Libya doesn't feel this way. Otherwise, it would be torture of Americans for what our country does, right?
All right, so I'm gonna try to skip ahead a little bit. This is a pretty lengthy video, and for time's sake, I'm just gonna jump around and see what we can pull.
Window. This is the scariest bit that I've seen. I read this as, I'm going to tell you how I interpret it and then see if you agree with me. What I'm about to show you says, to me, we cannot be held to standards for war crimes as the American military. Read it for yourself. It said, no rules of warfare?
No rules.
No personnel each day, which they say they're just not getting.
Oh yeah,
Great.
Check this out.
Then the personnel will require 800 new personnel each day, which they say they're just not getting right now.
Where is Congress going to stand up and say,
you don't use lives like this?
Who is going to stand up in Congress and say, has everyone seen this paper? Has everyone seen what the Pentagon is planning, what the Biden administration is moving towards, and called for an end to this? Who signed up for this?
They've bypassed Congress now. It's an executive thing now. The executive branch is in control of all this stuff now. They don't even have to go to Congress anymore.
Right. You'd literally have to have a president, I guess, who would agree to sign a bill that would, or revoke war powers that they are still in existence since 9/11.
Yes.
So and of course, Dick Cheney and George W. Bush very brilliantly put in these additional executive powers to the executive branch. So they have these unbelievable powers, and they're not going to relinquish power. It would literally take a president coming in saying, I want less power.
Yeah.
To remove these powers.
Right.
Who's going to do that?
All right. So let's look more at their calculations. They say that the recruitment
All right, now check this out, okay? Listen to this. Watch this.
Shortfall, nearly 50%, is a longitudinal problem that this will just compound. Every infantry and armor soldier we do not recruit today is a strategic mobilization asset we will not have in 2031. Well, what happens in 2031? Will we be in a full-blown war there? Why are we using that year? Like, maybe we could also have peace by 2031. What are they calculating for? They said, this reserves number was at about 700,000 in 1973, 450,000 in 1994. Now the reserves is only 76,000. So that is unsustainable. So what they're saying is that this conclusion at the bottom, large-scale combat operations troop requirements, may well require a reconceptualization of the 70s and 80s volunteer force and move towards partial conscription, at least partial. So they want to conscript you because they are planning for 3,600 deaths per day. They say that today's warfare means that dramatically.
Do you hear that? So according to their calculations, they're planning on, losing 3,600 lives a day in this war, man. Do you know how many people that's a lot of dead bodies? All right, and the Lord talks about there's gonna be a lot of dead bodies in these days, man. All right, so you sign up for the military voluntarily. I mean, you just that's suicide right there. All right. Straight up. They don't give a damn about you, man. All right? You're just a number to them.
Increased casualty rates will occur because technology just makes everything so fast. So this idea that you're just fighting by drones, they're saying is not the case because
we get a quick precept, as far as this modern warfare, because it goes into that in the scriptures as well. All right? It goes into modern warfare in the Bible. Yeah, it talks about the warfare that we see today in the scriptures, man. All right. Ain't no book out there like this Bible, man. And it's for you Israelites. So here we had the book of Isaiah chapter 9 and verse 5. For every battle of the warrior is with confused noise and with garments rolled in blood, but this shall be with the burning and fuel of fire. All right, it's talking about this modern war, man. The modern warfare that we see today, okay? With, bombs and tanks and, explosions, drones dropping bombs on people and stuff. That's modern warfare, and it talks about it right here. All right, because the old times, man, when you had to fight, it was with swords, shield and buckler, and you had to, do close to, close quarter combat. But now you got guns, you got snipers, you got bombs, landmines, IEDs, all type of stuff, man. Okay, and that's why there's gonna be a lot of dead people in this war, man. Because Esau, he's perfected the technology, all right, to kill, man. He's the Lord's killing machine. He's the Lord's sword. All right, and he's finna get cut loose in these last days, man. It's gonna be crazy out here. He got weapons that we haven't even seen before.
Move fast, you die faster. Just ramps it all up, the speed of death. Sadly, again, this paper lies on the premise that we are still suffering from being demoralized due to the Vietnam War. Here's how they said that. The U.S. intervention in Vietnam left the army demoralized, and American leadership watched as the Soviet-equipped Egyptian army forces nearly defeated the U.S.-equipped Israeli They don't give you what it's for.
Depopulation is great too.
Yeah, I guess that's just what you have to do to be that beacon of democracy around the world. You just have to lose 1 million people a year,
right,
to fight for democracy.
Yeah, they did the math on it. They said 3,600 casualties a day. That includes, dead soldiers, the injured, getting limbs blown off. All right, all kind of stuff. 3,600 casualties a day. I think they did the math and they said it comes out to like 1 million people a year. All right, in a war, man. That's a lot of casualties, man. Like I said, you're just a number to these damn elites, because that's who's behind these wars, man. These damn elites. They're not going out there to fight. They're sending you people out there to go fight their wars, man. And when you go out there to sign up for Esau's military, you're gonna be one of them numbers, man. All right. So let's continue on.
Think about it as your family. Is this something? There's no rationale here. It's just like, this is how we get ready for war. That's coming by 2031, according to their calculations. It's not like we think it's necessary for democracy. We think we'll be saving lives. No, nobody thinks they're saving lives. It's just, we got to be ready for war because that's our business.
But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this video up. You see the point. The main point is that they talking about a draft because prophecy is being played out, man. World War III is gonna happen, whether you like it or not, and we need it to happen. All right, that signals the end. We're in the end, man. But the other major prophecy that we're looking forward to is the mark of the beast, man, and that has to happen sometime soon before World War III fully pops off and America's destroyed. Okay. All right. The mark of the beast, which is the RFID microchip. Stay on the lookout for that. All right. That's coming. They're going to do away with this money and they're going to have this microchip, man. It's going to be made mandatory. And the elect are going to reject it. But yeah, I just want to do a quick quick video showing you what time we're in and what they're talking about. Repent, you Israelites. Turn back to Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. He is our refuge in the midst of all this turmoil that we're getting ready to witness. Okay. So I'm going to end it right there. I'm going to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rachakodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who teach and who will, who taught us this truth through the power and spirit of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. Kwame Asharala and Abba Ball. Shalom.